Live Zone. Well, Secretary of State Marco Rubio now raising concerns about Cuba's ability to infiltrate and influence top-level U.S. institutions, detailing what he described as a dangerous Cuban spy network that is undermining American interests. Joining us now to discuss this and so much more is Mr. Michael Letts. He is the founder and president and CEO of Invest USA. Michael, it is always good to see you, sir. Welcome back to the show.
Always a pleasure with you, Guy. You do such a great job. Thank you for the opportunity.
I truly appreciate it, sir. Well, Mr. Rubio's comments really follow the State Department's recent release of not one, not two, but, 100-page report detailing Cuba's influence operations in the U.S. This is of top concern for the Secretary of State.
Well, it should be, because he's been working with our intelligence agencies and compiling that report. And let me tell you what it shows, Guy, very concerning, is obviously you understand the situation that Cuba is in right now. When we went into Venezuela and we cut off Cuba's oil supply from Venezuela, their economy took a tremendous hit and is on the verge of collapse. Their government is unable to be stabilized. And so the question now becomes, how long will Cuba last before the people are able to reach out and take back over their freedoms? Well, with that having been said, there began to become what we call chat on the communication lines. And we begin to find out that Cuba has set up numerous cells across the country that should the economy collapse in Cuba and the Cuban communist government be somehow unstable or about ready to be overthrown, they are asking that all their cells in the United States then march to the streets, attack military bases, attack embassies, and basically create terrorist plots throughout the country. Now, why is this so significant? Not so sure we really understood in the past that we actually have cells, people from Cuba that have migrated in and have actually established counter-America cells across the country, not just in, like, say, Miami or someplace along those lines. So we learned something real quick. That's what Secretary Rubio is referring to. It gets back to this whole proposal talking about immigration that we have going on. Folks, when you let in millions of people, unvetted, not knowing who they are or what their connections are, these are the results that can happen, and it is a threat to the national sovereignty and security of the United States.
Michael, it's no secret, but if you look at the history of espionage in the U.S., Cuba, and I repeat, Cuba is the only country that consistently has implanted and embedded spies in our system without even paying them. Yet again, that's got to be concerning.
Oh, there's no question. Cuba's in a very unique position and situation. And I think what kicks it up a notch is when you begin to put cells together. And we've already encountered some of this, Guy, with some of the most recent disturbances we've had across the country. When you have cells organized that are waiting for a minute's notice to be able to implement and create disturbances, attacks, etc., that is extremely discouraging. It's concerning with espionage. It's even more concerning when they're trying to attack and kill American citizens. And that's what these cells have been set up for. And so we need to immediately get a handle on it, track down these cells, immediately remove them. And quite frankly, we need to be doing what the administration has been saying all along. Folks, I understand all the debate on immigration, et cetera. We're talking about the security of our children and our grandchildren. We have to provide that. That's what the Constitution provides for. And if we have to move people out before you let you back in to vet you to know who you are, and that's just the way the ball bounces.
Speaking of the way the ball bounces, it was truly concerning when it bounced in the direction of the former U.S. ambassador and national security official. I'm making reference to Mr. Manuel Rocha, who pleaded guilty to and was sentenced to 15 years in prison for acting as a secret agent for Cuba for decades, Michael. And I repeat, for decades. How could that have happened?
Well, it goes to show you the tremendous problem with the philosophy we've had in the past. Let's just be very blunt. America is a very loving, compassionate, open country. And people pry on that. They say, well, that means America thinks everybody is good. And so if you want to come in, I don't know who you are, but come on, because certainly you're going to help this country. Unfortunately, Guy, the reality of the matter is there are a lot of nefarious people across this globe who will utilize whatever means are necessary to come in and then do whatever they possibly can to destroy the American dream that we have all realized. And we've got to do a much better job of vetting people. Like I said, I know some people don't want to hear that, but that is just the reality of human nature. We've done a poor job in the past, and it's time that we ratchet that up considerably.
Michael, thank you for your expertise regarding this matter, but I want to switch gears here for just a second and focus on an incident that took place back here at home. The suspect in a fatal shooting at a fast food restaurant in Idaho died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Police, well, in essence, crediting an off-duty officer and a citizen with firing shots that really diverted that suspect. Investigators are confident that the gunman, now identified as 24-year-old Chad Williams, acted alone during the shooting, and all 4 people died, including Williams, and 7 others happened to be injured as well. Michael, yet again, the focus will be on gun control and or the lack thereof. What say you about this?
Well, I think that's a false narrative to go down, and let me tell you why I say that, Guy. Look at what happened being able to save lives. Had that off-duty trooper and that armed citizen, let's not forget him, both not been on the scene, immediately drawn and begin to return fire, he would have been like at a shooting gallery at a state fair. He would have just continued to maim and kill all additional innocent people. That was averted by making sure that every citizen has the right to be armed, and many of them take advantage of it. So that's a great opportunity there to show that this gun control just doesn't work. In fact, the FBI statistics show there are over 100,000, let me repeat that, 100,000 cases in the last few years of crimes that were averted because there were armed citizens who caught them in the act, or they saw they were armed or drew their weapon and caused them to run away. That is a fact. And that is a matter how it shows you how important making sure Americans are exercise their Second Amendment and are armed to protect the citizenry. Let me talk about one other quick thing on this matter. I'm confident that as we go through, something we're not addressing across society today is just what's going on with social media. The hate, the vehement attitudes that we're allowing violence to continue to be propagated, and nothing is being done about it. It's fine for you and I to disagree, Guy. But when I take the position, I go on social media and try to destroy you, destroy your reputation, destroy your family, destroy your income, you're sick. That is mentally deranged. We've got to start calling it what it is and start addressing it and figuring out how we're going to make sure it doesn't affect causing additional neighbors and friends to be killed. I worry for their families. This is something we haven't been talking about as a country before, and it's time we ratchet it up and get a handle on it.
Well said. Yet again, Mr. Michael Letts. He is the founder, president, and CEO of Invest USA. It's always good to see you, sir.
God bless America. Take care, guys.
Michael Letts, Invest USA, supplying